is the former UFC heavyweight champion and in all likelihood future UFC Hall of Famer Cain Velasquez. You guys have been sharpening each other's skills for years, and it's good to see Cain back and healthy here tonight.
Exactly where he belongs. Cain Velasquez is a fighter, and he deserves to be fighting inside of the octagon. One of the tighter strikers the UFC has ever seen in the heavyweight division. The cardio, the pace, the pressure that you face when you fight a Cain Velasquez is overwhelming. Guys melt, and it's because after one round you realize we're just getting started.
Right.
And Cain's only revving up the engine. It's truly, truly difficult to stare down the barrel of a fight with Cain Velasquez.
And he hasn't necessarily adopted my Cardio Cain moniker, but there are few guys that can match the cardiovascular strength of the great Cain Velasquez. Big spot for him here tonight. Cardio Cain Velasquez, as usual, ready to battle as he tries to take home the title. Oh my goodness, a pinch yourself moment. Did you ever think you would hear this song? And Fedor Emelianenko making the walk to the octagon. It finally happens tonight.
I mean, everything about this man is iconic. From the song, the walk, the facial expressions. He's so stoic. You know that Fedor Emelianenko is all business when he steps inside the octagon. His list of opponents, the guys that he has beaten over the course of his career, is unmatched by many. That is why still today, Fedor is considered one of the greatest heavyweights of all time.
And perhaps most special is to hear guys like you, right, his contemporaries, talk about Fedor Emelianenko's greatness, chasing further accolades here in the octagon tonight. Fedor Emelianenko set to fight Cain Velasquez. Our tale of the tape for this heavyweight championship fight. Here is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. It's time! 5 rounds for the undisputed UFC Heavyweight Championship of the world. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, presenting the challenger, Cain Velasquez! And now, introducing the champion, fighting out of the red corner, ladies and gentlemen, presenting the reigning, defending UFC heavyweight champion of the world, Fedor!
Herb Dean, our referee for this one.
Ready. Good.
All right, here we go, round one. And it's hard not to get a little bit starstruck when Fedor Emelianenko graces the proving ground. As for the matchup, DC, a lot of people believe these two heavyweights are as evenly matched up as any two in the division. And I'm not sure if Emelianenko is going to be able to get his takedowns with relative ease here tonight. So maybe it'll be the power, the discipline from Fedor on the feet that gets the job done tonight. Either way, just a special treat to have these two heavyweights engaging in front of our eyeballs here tonight.
Beautiful punch lands.
Right, the wrestler having little trouble engaging here in the clinch, and as you well know, he's got a lot.
Guillotine jump.
Oh, how good is that as he gets out?
That is great submission defense, keeping everything short and not allowing his opponent to get the submission victory.
Really doing a nice job getting these shots home on the ground.
Another strike gets through from the top position.
Now drops inside that closed guard, DC.
Full guard. Let's see how patient he is as he attacks a submission or big ground and pound.
All right, inside his opponent's guard here, DC. You don't want to play around here too long.
No, you got to either have two hands in triangle. Nice defense.
Oh, the ground and pound is coming. Good movement to avoid some of that power coming back. What a strike from off of his back. Pretty good work with the ground and pound here by Velasquez. Oh, and another punch on the ground gets through. May need some defense here. Working from the top here. Nice ground and pound by Cain Velasquez. All right, dominant position for him here. Full mount. If you're the bottom fighter, better start moving those hips, DC.
Oh, you got to start moving those hips. What you should do initially, right, is start to push at the knees. Push at the hips, create some distance, shrimp, and try to recollect half guard. Half guard sucks, but it's much better than being mounted fully by your opponent.
Continuing to stay busy here on the ground. Pretty good ground and pound by him here. He told us on Thursday. Oh, nice movement to avoid that strike coming down. Well, the ground and pound has been on point tonight. Good work here by Velasquez.
And another one. Another strike from the top lands for him. Yep, got to be very careful there.
Well, this is a tough fighter to buck off. Very good pressure and work here by Cain Velasquez. 90 seconds now to go in round one. Might be a submission attempt here, champ.
I mean, you cannot sit in a full guard. When you sit in the full guard, you give these guys so many opportunities.
Now the hammer fist here by Velasquez. Can't get it. Good awareness by the defensive fighter. Hammer fist again by Velasquez.
He passed the half guard.
Under a minute to go. Relentless pressure from the top by Velasquez.
Nice.
Well, the ground and pound is there once again. Strong work here by Cain Velasquez.
He's got to be careful here.
He's very close to the finish here.
In the half guard.
Good, solid strike on the ground. And there it is, another strike. Gets through on the ground. Now inside the closed guard.
And he's going to try to find ways to pass and move to a submission. He passes to half guard.
We'll see if he postures up and can get some of his ground strikes going here.
Arms in deep.
Oh, and there's the horn at the end of the round. So the fighter was really caught in a submission there just as the horn sounded. Safe to say he was saved by the bell there. So back to the stools they go. 60 seconds to recover here. We're going to fight on, ladies and gentlemen. Another round coming up.
You ready to fight? Ready.
All right, let's get to round two. Oh, and he tags him with the straight. Nice job there by Velasquez. Starting to do some really significant damage to the body here. Another strike lands there. Oh, and he tags him with the straight hand there. Beautifully done by Velasquez.
Oh, he jumped guillotine right away.
Ooh, that submission looks tight.
He's really working hard for his guillotine, but he can't pull out his arms. He's got to make sure it's secure if he's going to go 100% to try to get this finish.
Oh, somehow he gets out. Fantastic submission, D. All right, he remains in pursuit of the submission, but the defense continues to hold up. I'm not sure he's going to be able to find a finish.
In MMA today, guys are so well-rounded. They're so gifted. It's hard to just lock up a submission, but he continues to try. And in those efforts, he has given himself a chance to win this fight.
I've never been submitted.
You never have?
Nope.
Lucky guy. I have.
Inside the closed guard now.
I mean, he went right into his full guard. What does he do to try to advance himself to give him more of an advantage on the mat?
Velasquez going to work here from guard. Nice combination there. Everything he throws is with fight-ending intentions.
He passes the half.
All right, side control now. We'll see if he can advance position. Beautiful movement, hip work on the ground here. Just outstanding with the transition.
He is not staying in one place on the ground, and that's very important.
Lands the grounded pound strike here.
That was nice.
Drops down inside the now closed guard of his opponent.
Let's see how patient he is as he attacks a submission or big ground and pound.
All right, so now blood is a factor. You see that he has been opened up in that eye area.
Yeah, he's got hit in the eye, and now there's a cut. But it's nothing to worry about too much now. But he's got to be very careful with it as we go forward.
Lands with the ground and pound here. Another ground and pound strike lands. And the referee brings the fight back to its feet. No surprise there. Needed to see more action. Well, a really good second round for him thus far. After a somewhat lackluster first round, he has found the rhythm and found his striking range. Scary proposition for the opponent now here in round two. Just over 2 minutes here to go in round two. Huge strike lands there, and somehow his opponent's chin held up.
His opponent's chin held up, but you do not want to be on the receiving end of those types of strikes.
All right, he's got the full mount now. Is this one of the most dominant positions in MMA? Is that fair to say?
It's a very dominant position. It's one of the most ideal positions you can get to, especially if you are fighting someone that doesn't truly understand that they're not in as much danger as they are, because it's dangerous, but there are a lot of outs, and if a person isn't very understanding of that, then you can really, really put some damage on them.
Need some work, guys.
Velasquez is back in full mount.
Beautiful ground strikes landed. He has controlled the position, postured up, and landed another strike that is causing swelling.
These are big shots, and they're not glancing blows. When he's throwing, he is landing so clean that his head is studding off the mat.
45 seconds remain in the round.
Nice shots landing from the top position.
Oh, his ground and pound is on full display here tonight. Velasquez has got full mount now. All right, half guard position here, DC. You have an extra hop in your step when you talk about fighters working out of this half guard.
Oh, man, I like half guard as a top fighter. I understand half guard as a bottom fighter. Don't want to be there. It's very dangerous. But if you are there, you have to be winning the position of the underhook. It opens up so many opportunities for you to either escape or sweep.
Emelianenko's nose is bleeding now. Looks to be cut, perhaps there on the bridge. All right, so the round is over, and you see the cut man not wasting any time as the fighter makes his way back to the stool. The cut man will try to shut that cut on. All right, I'm being told we've got some replays from the previous round, and it appears as though the cut on the...
You ready to fight? Ready.
Here we go, third round of this championship fight. Well, he continues to land a high number of strikes here, just like he did in the previous round. This is a world-class display of striking here tonight.
Beautiful strike. On the shot, there you go, single leg.
All right, so Emelianenko's got his head. Let's see if he can secure a guillotine choke here. You gotta be kidding me, he's out. All right, working inside his opponent's guard here.
You cannot sit in these jiu-jitsu guys' guard. And you can't have one arm in, one arm out. Guys will start throwing up legs, chasing triangles.
Velasquez is in half guard.
Oh, right into mount.
Well, no surprise to see him rinse and repeat as he continues to target that swelling upstairs.
Targeting that swollen eye, getting back after him, making him work.
Oh, big shots raining down. All right, great position for him here. He's got the full mount. Let's see if he can get that ground and pound going.
Oh, he's got to get it going, but he can't rush. A lot of times, guys get in the full mount and they rush, they get nervous. They're like, oh my goodness, I'm winning. Reality is, you're winning, but it can change in a matter of seconds because then they can be gone. He's got to drop his hips, be really heavy at the opponent's base, and then just start to work. Make the opponent give his back so that he can try to get his chokes off or find great ground and pound, but very patient ground and pound from such a dominant position.
Well, you know he's tougher than I am, right? But this man has absorbed so much damage upstairs that I wouldn't be surprised to see the referee call in the doctor at some point.
Well, at some point, you got to take a look at him. He's so bruised. He's so battered. He's so swollen. And credit to his opponent for finding a route to victory and staying on that. He has dominated this fight.
Velasquez is right back to the full mount here.
Well-placed shot right to the swelling. Great job recognizing where he's hurt and going back to it. It looks like the official may need a call in the ringside physician. He's got to start going down.
Huge elbow there.
That will land good.
All right, dominant position here. He's got the full mount. A lot of different ways he can go here. Maybe try to...
This man is landing brutal ground and pound. Beautiful ground and pound. And that will cut him.
Under 2 minutes to go in round 3. Outstanding ground and pound here. Somewhat of a lost art in MMA, at least in terms of making sure that every strike counts. Not an issue for him.
He's making every single one of them count. He is not pity-patting. He's not touching. Every punch that lands, he wants you to feel it.
Oh, he's got to be careful there, yep. He's doing a great job of recognizing that he's damaging his opponent, and he keeps going to that spot.
Well, working pretty effectively from the top here. Nice ground and pound by Velasquez. All right, dominant position for him here. Full mount. If you're the bottom fighter, better start moving those hips, DC.
Oh, you got to start moving those hips. What you should do initially, right, is start to push at the knees. Push at the hips, create some distance, shrimp, and try to recollect half guard. Half guard sucks, but it's much better than being mounted fully by your opponent.
Fedor's eye is essentially swollen shut at this point in time, and I'm not sure there's any end swell in the building that's going to open that eye back up. They might stop this fight. Under 30 seconds. Nice positional control here. All right, so Emelianenko's in half guard. Oh, big shots from the top. These ground strikes really started to add up. There's another one. All right, that's 3 rounds in the books. We are headed to the championship rounds. All right, there's the end of the round. Back to the stools we go, and they need to do something to address the swelling because at this point in time, he has almost been rendered a one-eyed fighter. All right, well, 1 minute of end swell can only do so much. Let us look back at some of the...
You ready to fight? Ready.
We have arrived at the 4th round fight scheduled for 5 5-minute rounds. All right, here we go. The tension is palpable. 4th round is underway. You've got a thing or two to say about this championship round.
The 4th round is easily the hardest round in fighting. You're so used to fighting up to 3. You got to get back off of that stool, and this is a real test of your will and desire on a fight.
All right, so Emelianenko is attempting a triangle here. Let's see if he can finish the deal.
Oh, man, that was slick.
All right, right into side control here, DC. Biggest difference between half guard and side control?
Well, side control to me feels like a little bit less control because now my legs aren't really doing anything anymore. Now I'm controlling you with my upper body. So I've got to be very, very aware. It's still advantageous, but it just seems a little more free-flowing than having something like a half guard.
Oh, the ground and pound is there. Posturing up now.
And now the damage is about to start.
Well, not ideal to spend this much time on the bottom, but you can't fault him for his activity. Landing strikes here from the bottom. Nice work by Emelianenko. All right, working on the ground here. His opponent's feet on the hips. Velasquez is in half guard now. And busy as he looks to improve position here. Oh, you gotta love the ground and pound strikes here. All right, he's got the full mount now. Is this one of the most dominant positions in MMA? Is that fair to say?
It's a very dominant position. It's one of the most ideal positions you can get to, especially if you are fighting someone that doesn't truly understand that they're not in as much danger as they are, because it's dangerous, but there are a lot of outs, and if a person isn't very understanding of that, then you can really, really put some damage on them.
So the blood really starting to flow. Every time that area gets targeted, that cut's getting worse.
It's getting worse and worse, and you see the blood starting to come down. That is when you start to watch the fighter to see what type of effect it's starting to take on him, whether or not he's reaching for it, whether or not he's confused by where it's at. You got to start to watch his reactions now as we go forward.
Oh, how about that transition to top position? Beautiful work by Fedor. This is some exhausting work, man.
I mean, it is so tiring to be fighting in this way. So much wrestling, so much grappling, expending all this energy trying to hold the guy down. I mean, no takedown is not fought. No reversal is not fought. Everything they're doing is fought to the very last minute before it gets given up.
All right, we'll see if he can apply pressure inside his opponent's guard here, DC. All right, so Emelianenko's back in full guard now. All right, he's in a half-guard position here, DC, and in a good spot.
Beautiful submission attempt here.
Oh, he's got the Kimura position locked in now. Somehow, some way, he gets the arm out.
It looked like he was done, John, but he was able to stay comfortable, stay patient, and now he finds himself safe.
Well, as usual, suffocating work from the top here by Fedor. And there it is, another strike on the ground gets through. Fedor Emelianenko's in half guard. All right, feet on the hips here. Nice strike from bottom position.
He's got to be careful here.
Nice transition.
All right, so Emelianenko's back in full mount. 30 seconds to go.
Oh, good defense, yes.
Oh.
Final seconds here. buzzer indicating the end of round 4. All right, the fighters head back to the stools, and certainly it's a tale of two corners. One man can barely see out of one of his eyes, and if the doctor sees that visual, he might call an end to the action. All right, so back to the stools we go. They see.
Ready to fight? Ready.
So here it is, folks, 5th and final round. Nice jab there by Emelianenko.
Nice left hand.
Oh, that's a seminal blow right there, DC. He's rocked.
That was a beautiful hook. It landed perfectly, and it hurt his opponent very bad. Oh, he's stuck in the guillotine.
All right, well, he rocked him pretty good, but didn't sort of smell blood in the water. And that was a oh, he escapes.
He got out. I mean, wow, that is great submission defense.
Velasquez is now dealing with a cheek cut.
Oh, he passes the half guard now, and he's not posturing to land punches, so look for a submission attempt.
Oh, lands with the ground and pound strike. Another ground and pound strike gets home. Oh, nice shot landed from the bottom. Working in half guard here, making these shots count. A lot of top pressure being applied here as he works out of side control. Good work from the top here by Velasquez. Another ground and pound strike lands. All right, it's a good ground and pound by him here, certainly staying busy, and not just busy, but effective.
You can just throw punches to keep the referee off you. This guy is throwing punches to be effective, to throw damaging strikes. He's doing a fantastic job.
Velasquez ground and pound from half guard. He is making these shots count.
Getting them out here. This is a terrible position.
Under 3 minutes remain in this 5th and final round. Ground and pound strike there now.
Great defense by this fighter.
Man, he's killing it on the ground. Another strike gets through. Nicely done. Velasquez's eye is closing up. Grounded him and pounding him. Nice job. Well, we'll see if he postures up and can get some of his ground strikes going here. Velasquez is back in half guard. Man, that cut is so bad, you wonder if at some point that is going to start to affect his breathing. Side control now, DC. A lot of options at his disposal from here. Pretty good work with the ground and pound here by Velasquez.
He's very accurate in the ground and pound, and it's showing because he's landing so consistently.
Man, look at that damage on the right side of his body. Starting to really bruise now. Well, this is exactly what you like to see. Nice combination of ground and pound punches. Outstanding pressure and activity by Velasquez. All right, well, he's got him softened up here. All right, operating inside the closed guard now. Well, the ground and pound has been on point tonight. Good work here by Cain Velasquez. Oh, staying busy from top position. He lands another ground strike there. All right, so Emelianenko's really bleeding now. That cut is only getting worse. All right, hammer fist here by Velasquez. Oh, he's got the ground and pound going now. Oh, another strike lands from the top. Hammer fist here by Velasquez. All right, so a grueling battle on the ground, and no surprise, the crowd pops in appreciation as the fighters work their way back to the
This is an educated crowd, J.A. They appreciate high-level grappling, and that's exactly what they got in that exchange.
Landing strikes nicely here from top position.
And look at him attacking the arm triangle on the other side. He's going to lock him down, try to pass all the way across his body. Once he gets across, he will start to drop his chest to the mat and chase the finish. Right to the knee on belly.
Back and forth action right until the final horn. That one's going to hold up in the Fight of the Year conversation. The official decision is now in. It resides with Bruce Buffer.
We go to the judges' scorecards for decision. The judges score the contest 49-44, 50-43, and 49-44. For the winner by unanimous decision, and new undisputed UFC heavyweight champion of the world, Cain Velasquez.
So congratulations are in order to the former two-time UFC heavyweight champion Cain Velasquez, still a guy who many believe is the greatest heavyweight in UFC history. Not sure if this performance alone is enough for him to get an immediate crack at the title, but he certainly did everything within his power tonight to prove that he is still very much a force to be reckoned with in this UFC heavyweight division.